Hello everybody, it's Mark, aka The Drunk Bunny, back with you again today for another new video. And today is going to be my first attempt at an album review. As I've said in the past, I don't consider myself to be an expert, so do not get offended if something I say is disagrees with your viewpoint. It's only my opinions, that's all I'm going to be saying tonight. So, anyway, let's get started with the album. So I'm going to show you what album I'm going to be reviewing, and that is Heaven Upside Down by Marilyn Manson. Trying to avoid the glare, I think that's the best spot. So, Heaven Upside Down, Marilyn Manson's 10th studio album, just came out Friday, October 6th. Today is Saturday, October 7th. I couldn't get a copy yesterday, but I went to my local record store tonight and picked it up. Paid more than I would like to for this. I paid $16, which is a lot for a CD nowadays. But it was an album I wanted to have my hands on. That, and the only other place I can buy CDs in my town is Walmart. And Walmart, because they're conservative assholes, doesn't carry Marilyn Manson records, which sucks, you know. But anyway, if they did, they'd be edited anyway, probably, so I'm better off staying away from that store when it comes to music. But anyway, so yeah, paid more than I would like to, but really happy to have this in the collection. Before I get into the review itself, I want to let you know I did review the track We Know Where You Fucking Live, which was the first single from this album, and I made that review on YouTube. If any of you have been trying to find that, it is gone, unfortunately. I accidentally deleted the video, and it won't let me get it back. And I didn't save it on my computer because I was stupid. I didn't save a backup copy, so I have no way of getting to that video anymore. So I really apologize about that. That sucks for me too, because that was also one of the videos I had with a lot of views in it. So anyway, apologize about that. If you didn't see it, I loved the track. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Really enjoyed it. So let's get to the album itself. 10 songs. I'm going to go through track by track and let you know what I thought of each of them. But first of all, I just want to go over the packaging of the CD. I had said previously that I was thinking about getting one of the vinyl bundles for this. I couldn't pull the trigger. It was too much money for me right now. I'm a broke college student, so I decided to go with the CD. Maybe I'll pick up a vinyl copy one of these days of this album. Alright, so that's the front. This was the hype sticker that came on the packaging, and I took it off the shrink wrap and put it on there. I like it down there better than it was up here. I think it fits better down there. And there seems to be a trend nowadays with albums of not putting the title on the cover art. So I like having the hype sticker because it allows you to put the title on there. Here's the back. Sorry about all the glare. Hopefully you can read some of that if you would like. As I said, 10 songs, cool images on the back here, and it's from 2017, of course, Loma Vista Recordings, produced by Tyler Bates, who has had an amazing impact on Marilyn Manson. Okay, here's the inside. This is just a single sheet of paper here with the image. CD art there. Just a plain black and white CD. I do like the font that they used for this album, and this part's interesting. The booklet's in the back here, but it's very thin sheets of paper, and it's kind of stuck in there. So this is kind of what the booklet looks like. It reminds me, and I think this is the effect they're going for, of pages of the Bible. I think that's what they were going for the effect of this album, because he's been using a lot of biblical messaging in a lot of his promotion for this album. So if you notice, they're very thin. I don't know if you can tell, but they're very thin sheets of paper. So yeah, it kind of feels like pages of a Bible. And these are all lyrics. And that's basically what it is. There is one page with a picture in here. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. So there's the pictures. Those are the only 2 pictures in the booklet, to my knowledge. Pretty cool. Again, a biblical feel. So yeah, and this is, the rest of it's just lyrics. This is the last page. I thought it was really cool. He dedicated this album to his father, who just passed away this summer. So yeah, that's the booklet, which is in the back. Another really interesting thing about the packaging, real quick. There is no art on the spine. Nothing. Normally, there would be artwork in the back, but the artwork was replaced with the booklet. So there is nothing on the spine. So if you're just looking at the side of this, you won't know what CD it is, which is really interesting. I've never seen that before. Anyway, so that's the packaging for the record, or CD. So now let's get into my thoughts. I'm going to flip this over so I have a track list. So first track is Revelation number 12. Really good high octane, I would say, track. It's the heaviest, I think, on the record. That's my opinion. We Know Where You Fucking Live is also very heavy. But Revelation number 12 is a good tone setter. Kind of sounds a little bit like classic Manson. And that was something he was saying about the album, that it had more classic sounds. Some people said it sounded like a mix of Mechanical Animals and Antichrist Superstar. In terms of that, I don't think that's at all the case. This does not sound like a mix of those 2 albums. This sounds like a new sound for Manson with influences from those 2 albums. I hear the influences from those 2 albums in this album. But it is not at all like a combination of the 2. It's more new sounds combined with some of his old stuff, or the sounds of his old stuff, which is, it's probably the most aggressive Manson album since Hollywood, I would say, which is definitely good as well. The Pale Emperor was kind of a return to form for Manson back in 2015. And it was really good, but it was more of a blues-inspired record, not as much aggression, for sure, on that. But again, you kind of saw what Tyler Bates could do with Marilyn Manson. He was a new member back then, and his influence has been very, very good on the band, I think you could say. So anyway, let's move on to track number 2, Tattooed in Reverse. And I actually do want to play a little portion of that song.
So fuck your Bible, let me babble. Make the song to a dirty bomb. So dance, motherfucker, dance. Raise it to red lights. Yeah.
Really enjoyed that song. Sounds the most, I think, Mechanical Animals-esque on the record. Again, I just like the delivery on that song. Not a whole lot that I can say about it. So move on to track number 3, We Know Where You Fucking Live. Most likely, if you've heard any song on this record, it's this one. I would say it's either that or Revelation number 12 is the most aggressive song on the record. It's got a really awesome music video. You should go check that out. Manson with some insane nuns, which is fun. So yeah, it's very violent lyrics in its nature, and absolutely aggressive for sure. I'm not, like, I don't personally agree with the messaging in the lyrics, but I know that he's not being serious, you know, when he's saying stuff like that. You know, it's all a commentary on society. At least that's my interpretation of Manson. Move on to song number 4, Say 10. This is, I think, my favorite on the album. The album, if any of you recall, the album was originally entitled Say 10, and it was supposed to be released on Valentine's Day 2017. That date came and went, and then over the summer we heard from Manson himself that he was retooling the album, adding more songs, and he said once he added some more songs, the album felt more coherent, felt more cohesive, and retitled the album Heaven Upside Down. So anyway, Say 10, the track, originally supposed to be the title track, he released a teaser to this last November, which was the chorus of Say 10. Again, very in-your-face chorus. It says, he repeats over, like screaming, you say God, I say Satan. And I really like that, but I also really like the kind of gothic, slow, slow developing, like almost mood that this song creates, and then it kind of explodes in the chorus. So I actually want to play you a little bit of that as well. So let's listen to a quick clip.
And cash is a poor man's money. Cash is a poor man's money. You say God and I say Satan. You say God and I say Satan.
That was Say 10, track number 5, Kill For Me, the second single. This one sounds a lot like it could fit on Pale Emperor, for sure. I know a lot of people have said it sounds a lot like Third Day of a 7-Day Binge, which was one of the best songs on Pale Emperor. I definitely agree with that. It's another song with violent lyrics in its nature. Almost like a psychotic love song. Yeah, with Manson asking, would you kill for me? If that's what it came down to, would you kill another person for me? And it says the lyric that's very haunting, in my opinion. It says, well, you won't be kissing me unless you kill for me. So, definitely, maybe the most clever lyrics, I think, on the album, in this song. That's one thing I would say about the album. Not the greatest lyrical content from Manson. I think we've had much better, for sure. But I think the sound of the album is spectacular, including this song. And this one maybe has one of the better lyrics of all the tracks. So moving on, track number 6 is Saturnalia. This is by far the longest song on the album. It clocks in at, I believe, above 7 minutes. Again, I really like it. There's not a song that I dislike on this album. Saturnalia, I think it may be drawn out a little bit too much. I can find myself losing focus in the song. I don't get quite as wrapped up into it. I feel like it just drags on just a little bit too much. But it does set a really nice mood, and the lyrics are better on this track as well. Number 7 is Jesus Crisis, another song that is one of my favorites on the album. He's got kind of the most classic Manson in terms of sound, I think, on this album, or on the album in this song. I said that also about the title, or the first track, Revelation number 12. But I think Jesus Crisis as well. I really like some of the lyrics. He says at the beginning, he's like, I write songs to fight and to fuck to. If you want to fight, then if you want to fight, I will fight you. If you want to fuck, then I'll fuck you. Or something like that. Definitely not for children, but anyway. Really kind of more aggressive lyrics there. And I really like in the middle of this song, right, it's almost like a beat drop almost. And that's another thing I really like about this. He's incorporating some more modern sounds. Now, I don't really like modern music. I think a lot of it's kind of like recycled garbage, frankly, but that's more pop stuff. I'm okay with a rock artist adding in some electronic sounds, as long as they don't become dominant. And this album is perfect, in my opinion, when it comes to that. Because Manson incorporates some electronic sounds, but they don't become the forefront. The forefront is still the industrial rock, heavy metal sound of Manson. But he also incorporates some slight electronic sounds. And like I said, in Jesus Crisis, in the middle, it almost sounds like a beat drop when he comes in and starts screaming some of the lyrics. So I actually want to play you that part of the song real quick, and then we'll come back.
I'm like a Jesus crisis, Jesus crisis, and I'm fighting over you.
Okay, so the next track, number 8, Blood Honey, definitely the slowest track on the album. Honestly, I find myself getting bored with it a little bit. I know a lot of people really love this song, and I like it for sure, but it's more of a mood setter song, not a rocker or a, something that's more aggressive that I tend to gravitate towards. But yeah, definitely solid. Again, there's not a song I dislike. And then we have track number 9, the title track, Heaven Upside Down. And this one is another one I've kind of heard mixed things about. I absolutely love it. It's probably my second favorite track on the album. I really like the chorus of this one. Again, it sounds kind of like something you would hear on Pale Emperor. Let's see, it goes, hold my hand, spin around, this is heaven upside down. And I really like the beat in that part of the song. And finally, rounding it off, Threats of Romance. Another, I don't really know what category to put this song in, because I think it's more of a, I really can't define it, honestly. It's got some heavier elements, it's also got some softer elements. Honestly, I don't know how it fits on the album. I don't really think it fits all that well on the album, but it's a song I like. I don't dislike it. It doesn't speak to me as much as some of the other ones. So, that's track by track. I hope you got some information out of that. Overall, I would give the album a 4 out of 5. Same I gave the track, We Know Where You Fucking Live. There are definitely some really good moments on this. The reason why I don't think it's amazing is because of the lyrical content. It's not the best. He started, like, when he started talking about the album, he was saying how this is the most political lyrics I've had. I don't see that at all. I was hoping maybe some good, anti-conservative, bashing in these lyrics. There's hardly anything in there about that. And I don't know that they're as nuanced as you would normally expect from Manson. But then again, this is his 10th album. He's been doing this for a long time. And he is getting a little bit older, he's in his 40s now. So, doesn't mean you can't still be creative and a musical genius. But, it's just not quite as up to the level we've expected from Manson in the past. But the sound is amazing. I love the sound of this record. And the lyrics are still good. They're definitely good. So yeah, I think it's better than Pale Emperor. I really like aggressive Manson and classic Manson. Sounds more like what you'd expect from Antichrist Superstar. So, Pale Emperor is a little bit of a different album. It's great for its own reasons. So anyway, I think that's it for this album. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. If you picked it up, let me know what you think about it, if you've listened to it. I love Manson. I've, been getting into his music recently, and I've really fallen in love with it, so I was very happy to have a new album released. So yeah, let me know what you thought of it. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like. Also, comment down below with your thoughts. and hit the subscribe button down below if you would like to stay tuned for more interesting videos. Have a wonderful day. Bye.